Thank you for joining me and welcome to Camnet TV Main News. I am Precious Mzea Sakaleji. The headlines. 5 arrested for alleged illegal alluvial gold trade. UPND holds members from attending government commissioning ceremonies. Lusaka parents call for the reopening of schools. And international news. Uganda border rider sets himself on fire over bribe. And in sports, Sam Curran, England all-rounder, tests negative for coronavirus. More details after this.
To increase sales of your products and services, advertise on Camnet TV. Reach your clients and target markets directly and see your business grow. For special rates, you can contact our marketing department on
0955 664 305 or 0978 290 626. Camnet TV.
Not just another channel.
Camnet TV main news and details. Police in Mwinlunga district of Northwestern Province have arrested 5 people for alleged illegal trade of alluvial gold. The 5 suspects include Samuel Joseph, aged 42, Tanzanian national, Gift Banda, aged 42, of Mayad Kombo, Tressa Chiwaya, aged 60, of Low Destiny area in Ikelengi district, Betha Chinyama, aged 28, and Kalumushi Luya, aged 31, of Mwinlunga district. Northwestern Province Police Commissioner Elias Chushi told Camnet TV News that the suspects who were arrested yesterday around 20 hours have since been in police custody awaiting to appear in court. Mr. Chushi further added that the police in the province is on alert and patrols have been intensified in order to curb the scourge. Meanwhile, the Deputy Inspector General of Police in charge of administration, Eugene Sibote, has urged police officers to act accordingly as they are charged with the responsibility of combating crime in whatever form it presents itself. President Edgar Lungu says government in order for sustainable development to happen, there is need for diversification economy and utilization of abundant natural resources endowed in the country. Officiating at the groundbreaking ceremony for the construction of a 4-star Moswetunya Resort and Conferencing facility in Livingstone, President Edgar Lungu says the facility will create about 1,000 jobs for the local people during and after construction. The head of state says this project, which is being spearheaded by National Pension Scheme Authority, NAPSA, is a demonstration that government is keen on improving the tourism and hospitality industry for the wealth and job creation. President Lungu has since urged the government at the facility to prioritize employing the residents of Livingstone once it is completed. The project is an outcome of the 2019 Southern Province Tourism and Investment Exposition. Sharon Kalimbula brings us the report.
President Edgar Lungu is in Southern Province on a 2-day working visit. During this visit, President Lungu has launched a 4-star facility and is expected to meet traditional leaders, among other activities. President Lungu on Friday officially launched a groundbreaking ceremony for the construction of the 4-star resort, which is likely to employ 1,000 workers both during and after the facility is completed. The project will help resuscitate the economy in Livingstone through job creation. President Lungu says Livingstone will also benefit from the revenue as a result of procurement of goods and services during the construction. He is hopeful that this project will promote local tourism and business development as it will plow all the resources back in the local economy.
Pension Scheme Authority NAPSA is great news to me and to all of us, especially for the travel and tourism industry. Ladies and gentlemen, the National Pension Scheme Authority NAPSA has continued to play a key role in the country's socio-economic development by investing workers' contributions into critical sectors of the economy and creating thereby the much-needed jobs. The NAPSA investments are in line with the country's development agenda as espoused in the 7th Annual Development Plan, where we have positioned tourism as one of our key growth sectors of the economy. My government believes in the diversification of the economy and the utilization of our abundant natural resources that this country is endowed with. In this regard, NAPSA has shown commitment to contribute to the development of the tourism industry by investing, as we already heard, in 3 modern tourist hotels, namely Stay Easy in Lusaka, Hilton Garden in Lusaka, and the Garden City, the Garden Court Hotel at the Edgar Chagwalungu Business Park in Kitwe.
In speaking at the same event, Tourism and Arts Minister Ronald Chitotela says the hotel will embrace affordable pricing to enable more local tourists make use of this investment belt with their own money.
So this is a clear demonstration of your good policies by choosing to diversify the economy from mono-dependence on copper so that we can venture into the tourism and agriculture. So I want also to assure you that we have been engaging the workers' composition, that you cautioned us and engaged us that we need also to start looking at the northern circuit. Very soon, before the end of this year, we will be inviting you also along the banks of Bangweolu River, where we'll be doing the construction of another similar project like this one that is being sponsored and promoted by the Ministry of Labour under the workers' composition. This is purely because of your commitment towards the diversification of the economy and the promotion of tourism.
Meanwhile, National Pension Scheme Authority NAPSA Director General Yolad Kachinga says NAPSA is keen to working on investing the people's resources wisely for their own benefit.
To undertake this project is in line with the authority's investment guidelines that allow us to invest in commercial real estate among other asset classes. This investment is aimed at growing the fund for the benefit of the members and the nation at large.
The investment is as a result of the Southern Province Investment Expo that put the province on the map for possible investment in the tourism and other sectors. Sharon Kalimbula, Camnet News, Lusaka.
In other news, United Party for National Development UPND has stopped its 5 members of parliament from attending the commissioning of the police houses in various districts of Southern Province by the Republican President Edgar Lungu. Mazabuka Central Member of Parliament Gary Nkombo and Monza Central Member of Parliament Jack Mwimbu told the media it is not safe for the 5 members of parliament to attend the commissioning during this period of coronavirus. More in the following report.
United Party for National Development UPND has stopped its 5 members of parliament, 3 from Monzi and 2 from Mazabuka, from attending the commissioning of the police houses in various districts of Southern Province. While many other Zambian citizens have been longing to see dialogue from the Patriotic Front and the biggest opposition political party in Zambia, UPND, it seems dialogue will not happen anytime soon. 3rd of July 2020, Mazabuka Central Member of Parliament Gary Nkombo and Monza Central Member of Parliament Jack Mwimbu addresses the media to give reasons to why the 5 members of Parliament were stopped from attending the event. Gary Nkombo says UPND finds it difficult to attend to President Lungu's functions as the president, and his team have demonized people of Southern Province.
We have been invited, 5 members of Parliament from Livingston, 3 from Monze, and 2 from Mazabuka, to witness the commissioning of the police houses in our various districts. We have found it extremely difficult to attend to President Lungu's functions, and we thought that the public should be aware of the reasons why, so that we don't leave anything to speculation.
Gary Nkombo gave examples of discrimination, as Patriotic Front members can gather any time while UPND members are subjected to being arrested.
We have seen Patriotic Front wantonly having meetings anytime they want, anywhere, and there's been no consequence from the Zambia police. There is a collusion between Patriotic Front and, to be specific, the Minister of Home Affairs, Mr. Stephen Kampyong, who I personally, as his senior at Parliament, have engaged both in writing and physically at their offices to try and explain to them that we are but following a provision of the Constitution. Just for you to be clear.
Basically, COVID-19 is the reason why UPND has stopped its 5 members of parliament from attending the ceremony.
The law that has been issued by the Ministry of Health in relation to the outbreak of the COVID pandemic. As law-abiding citizens of the Republic of Zambia, we have reflected over the invitation and also the repercussions of the COVID-19 pandemic. You are all aware that the numbers of people who have been afflicted by the COVID pandemic are not going down. They are rising. The number of deaths in this country arising from the coronavirus are rising. Now, would you think that it's prudent on our part as leaders to start abrogating the regulations that were made with a view to prevent the spread of the virus in this country? The answer is no.
Jack Mwembu also talked on the issue of political party portraits. The opposition talked of a number of issues such as tribalism and the denying of people from certain provinces in Zambia from obtaining national registration cards. Well, those were some of the reasons why UPND has stopped its 5 members of parliament from Southern Province from attending the commissioning of police houses by the President of the Republic of Zambia, Edgar Chagwalungu. Constance Mwemba reporting for Camnet TV News, Lusaka.
The National Democratic Congress Party NDC Copper Belt Provincial Chairman George Sichula has called on the formulation of laws that will see to it that voting is made compulsory in Zambia. George Sichula told Camnet TV News voting is a way to show support for electoral reform and reduce the high voter apathy in Zambia.
The National Democratic Congress Party NDC Copperbelt Provincial Chairman George Sichula has called on the enacting of laws which will see to it that voting is made compulsory. George Sichula says it has been noticed that there has been various voter apathy in almost every election in Zambia. Sichula told Camnet TV in a phone call interview voter turnout is directly related to strong public approval or strong public disapproval of the incumbent president, which in the end can encourage a popular vote unlike the minority leaders Zambia gets. Sichula added it is disheartening to see politicians make bad decisions when you had an opportunity to vote for the right candidate.
If good governance as a nation, I think let citizens participate and let government come up with a law, okay, that will penalize people that may not go to vote. It has become common in Zambia that people are frustrated. It's like we, recycle the same politicians. We vote for the same people who do same things at the end of the day. So quite a number of people may not understand why it is important to vote, to participate in a vote. Yeah, so I am suggesting that the government should come up with a law, anyone that is eligible to vote must be penalized for not voting so that we can have a good cash. See what our friends do in New Zealand. Go to...
Okay, Mr. Sichula, do you think voter apathy is the reason why we perhaps have bad governance or bad leaders in office? Because, people vote for who they want to, but it's up to that person to be able to deliver to the people. And also, don't you think issues of human rights will now come in, by forcing people to vote? Don't you think people have the right, someone has the right not to want to vote if they don't feel like doing it?
What it is you can leave your ballot blank or spoil it if you do not agree with any of the political parties. Of course, if you don't feel aligned to any of the political parties, then you can spoil your ballot. Staying at home just makes you another statistic. It is presumed that you are just uninterested. But actively going to the polling station and not selecting any candidate before submitting to the ballot box, you become a voice for the disengaged. So blank votes and spoiled ballots are ready out at the count along with the results and are also included in subsequent reports. Your apathy towards the political parties will be heard, not just forgotten. So for those that would want to stay at home, I think it may not give a good picture. We are in this world, okay? And we should also appreciate that we need to put our leaders in offices because we need a hospital, we need a school, we need a road, we need all these things.
He concludes voting is a way to show support for electoral reform. By voting, you can select the person you want to represent you. By voting, you might be helping to keep a helpful member of parliament in parliament or help remove an underperforming member of parliament. Constance Mwemba reporting for Camnet TV News, Lusaka.
You are still watching Camnet TV Main News. We take our first set of commercials. We'll be back with more news after this.
You know I can take her a bit.
Yes, my dear.
I was thinking of getting you a Bugatti for your birthday.
Really?
I'm quiet. My name is Yana.
Don't worry, man. That's why there is insurance.
Insurance?
You heard me.
Not just any kind of insurance, but Savenda General Insurance, a company that offers superior customer service, highly professional and dedicated staff. We are not just any insurance company, but an insurance company that actually pays our claims. We cover, among others, fire, marine, aviation, engineering, agriculture, motor vehicle, and miscellaneous insurance. So, live life to the full, knowing that Savenda General Insurance has got you covered. Savenda General Insurance. Insurance excellence.
Welcome back to Camnet TV Main News with the headlines. 5 arrested for alleged illegal alluvial gold trade. UPND holds members from attending government commissioning ceremonies. Lusaka parents call for the reopening of schools. And in international news, Uganda border rider sets himself on fire over bribes. And Sam Curran, England all-rounder, tests negative for coronavirus. We continue with the rest of the main news. The Patriots for Economic Party PEP is saddened that prison systems are overcrowding inmates has a potential to propel the spread of COVID-19 if not taken care of. PEP President Sean Tembo has urged the Ministry of Health to work hand in hand with Zambia Correctional Services to ensure that the matter is addressed. Mr. Tembo also notes that the solution to mitigate the overcrowded prisons is to reduce the number of custodial sentences while considering increasing of fines.
Zambia and other countries across the world is now living with what is termed as the new normal, a new lifestyle where strict hygiene and social distancing are a top priority, as directed by the World Health Organization, a situation which is not the case in many prisons, with Zambia not being excluded. The inhuman insanitary conditions have continued to strike the country's correctional facilities. There is no social distancing for the inmates, exposing them to tuberculosis, HIV and AIDS, and now this might also be the case for the coronavirus. Speaking with Camnet TV News in an interview, Patriots for Economic Progress PEP President Sean Tembo calls for the partnership between the Ministry of Health and the Zambia Correctional Services to ensure that the matter is addressed.
I think we have another challenge in terms of the prison system, whether it is remand prison or indeed the other prison, where inmates are crowded and they literally sleep on top of one another in those small spaces. And we believe that such conditions actually have the potential to propel the spread of COVID-19 if not attended to. And it is on that basis that we wish to appeal to the Ministry of Health to obviously work hand in hand with the Zambia Prison Service or Zambia Correctional Services to ensure that these matters are addressed.
Mr. Tembo advises that the solution to address the overcrowding of prisons is to design a system which brings production, income-generating skills, and other funds accounted for in order to assist in expanding correctional infrastructure.
On one hand, there is need to reduce the number of custodial sentences. When we say custodial sentence, we mean the number, or rather the type of sentence whereby someone is actually incarcerated. We need to increase fines, where for most of these misdemeanors, people are given the option of a fine.
This calls for concerted efforts for the authorities to act quickly to save the detainees.
Still on coronavirus, Zambia's ambassador to France, Dr. Christine Kaseba-Sata, says the COVID-19 pandemic is a wake-up call to put science on the top of the agenda, UNESCO being the only United Nations agency with a science in its name. Ambassador Dr. Kaseba-Sata, a health practitioner with a vast experience of over 30 years, has observed that open science has facilitated scientific discovery more rapidly than before in the current global emergency. Ambassador Dr. Kaseba-Sata was speaking when she delivered the national statement to the ongoing 290th session of the UNESCO Executive Board meeting in Paris, France. The Zambian envoy noted also that it is important for the organization to work with government to ensure adequate data on governance models, standards, and sustainable data sharing agreements.
To note that in the current global emergency, open science has facilitated scientific discovery more rapidly than before. The COVID-19 full genome was published barely a month after the first patient was admitted, compared to the 5 months it took during the SARS epidemic in 2002. UNESCO thus needs to be the lead voice in advocating for open access to scientific knowledge, data sharing and evidence-based policy, and also work with governments to ensure adequate data governance, models, standards, and sustainable data sharing agreements. On culture, Zambia wishes to stress the importance of repatriation of stolen culture, heritage, and artifacts, as formulated in the Agenda 2063 of the African Union.
In other news, the Central African Network, Camnet TV, received donation of 10 decoders and other satellite equipment from a US-based family. The couple, Mr. and Mrs. Mwema, says the move was prompted by Camnet's efforts and eagerness to reach out to the local and global community through the Camnet app. Speaking at Camnet TV station, Mrs. Mwema expressed gratitude to Camnet TV and urged Camnet to continue serving the community at local and international level. In receiving the donated items, Camnet director Pastor Moses and Victoria Chiluba thanked the family and urged Camnet viewers to continue watching Camnet TV on various platforms.
Mom and Dad and Camnet TV. I and Mr. Alex, my husband, we are here presenting these 10 decoders to Camnet TV because we have been moved for what we are learning. Thank you so much, Dad. My husband is in the US, but he's been watching from that side. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mrs. Mwema. Thank you, and
bless you.
Please, we receive this with gladness. Please, we know that your husband is been there and you will soon join him. But for what you and Alex have done as our son and daughter, we are humbled and grateful. And surely, we are grateful for Team Camnet. We are equally very surprised, but very honored that Team Camnet out there, they are seeing and appreciating what God is doing through my husband and I.
Thank you so much.
Yes, please.
We are very grateful, and remember that the husband and herself, they watch Camnet TV. The whole world is watching.
Just like the Mwemas have done, you may be prompted to donate something, to donate a decoder or anything to Camnet TV. We are very grateful. You can actually feel free to come to Camnet and donate anything so that you can bless someone somewhere there. So feel free to come and talk to us for anything that you may wish to actually donate.
Lusaka Province Mayor Mal Samba says prioritize needs to be given when granting trading licenses for small medium-scale enterprises (SMEs) to the local people as opposed to foreign nationals. There is a growing trend for foreigners coming into the country in the name of investors, but yet invest in business that many Zambians can do. Mr. Samba added that this growing trend, if left unchecked, will rob the Zambian people of their entitlement.
Let's go in Europe or America, apply to a council to run a bar. They won't give you as a foreigner and a saloon. So it's crowding out Zambians and taking away the roads that Zambians should do. Investors should come and do roads, the malls, do mining where you need at least $250,000 investment. That's what the law says. So at the council, who is giving these foreigners the license to do saloons? So that's what I'll propose. We make it into a bylaw. The remain mayor, I will ensure that Zambians come first. Zambians come first. Okay. And foreigners come second, if at all. And I will ensure the city only has the bona fide foreigners approved, even proper license.
You're still watching Camnet TV Men News. In other news, various parents have raised concerns in regards to school children that have been made to stay home since the impromptu closure of schools. Speaking to Camnet TV News, some parents complained that the long period that children have stayed in communities without school activities is now fueling bad behavior among the teenagers. That includes alcohol abuse. They further added that online learning has not been effective since most children do not have adequate access to equipment used for online learning. The parents have ultimately urged government to let children return to school with stringent measures put in by relevant authorities.
The Ministry of Education had announced that schools should resume their lessons while following the health guidelines. However, the go-ahead was only granted to those in examination and graduating classes. Meanwhile, some parents and guardians have raised concerns in regards to the children that have stayed for a long period of time without getting involved in school activities, and have since called on government to intensively reconsider the decision of having children get back to school.
Teenagers who are not going to school, they've ended up indulging themselves and drinking those to what they call them, to jiri. Yeah, drinking like that. You find them drinking drunk, using all sorts of languages. No study. They don't have time for to study
because they are not doing any activity.
Yeah, no activities to be done. Maybe if you can just find them something to do once. Otherwise, the kids are now spoiled. So maybe if you can just find a way to ban these small beers.
Na bafunika chabe bwerere ku school mwana wapezi kachema komboni like masku ano bana bangono njera kumwa moba so pezi kwa kumwa moba nangu mababa navala bagwisa tumajundu ndabwashe mwana bwana okolewa kweyamweramu basimuziva
But in grade 11.
ni grade 11
Baberenga or sibaberenga?
bali bena ndawo yoberenga
ya manager period ya mini baspending ku school at least kumankala ko good behavior na than kumkala kwa mene bankala fakapena ni 2-3 months yonse bayichabe mu compound ma activities ya mene bachita sio kondweresa monga abana bamuna bankalira tu waste manje ochakulwa wamola nato tuma teenagers nato mulimoba muli prostitution maona it's because of periods ya mene bankalisa banu inenje mwamene naonera as a parents.
Meanwhile, speaking to Camnet TV News, other parents had this to say.
There's something you are trying to protect. It's fine. Life, you can only lose it and you'll never find it. School, you can find anywhere. Whatever you need, you can buy, you can do what, but life is nothing. It's different from all the things. No. So if it means protecting the people, me, I'm saying fine with me.
The lack of education activities among children that are currently not attending classes has become a worry to most guardians, and their quest is, how long shall the dormants be? Reporting for Camnet TV News, Tennyson Kaunda II in Lusaka.
You're watching Camnet TV Main News. We'll be back with sports and international news, but for now we'll take a break.
Stay home, stay safe. Times have changed. With the advent of the coronavirus, Lusaka Water Supply and Sanitation Company would like to advise its esteemed customers to avoid visiting crowded places. You don't have to move to pay your water bill. You can do it in the convenience of your home. You can pay your water bills through Zanaco Zapit, Stanbic Bank, Standard Chartered Bank, and FNB. You can also use Airtel, MTN, and Zamtel Kwacha mobile money transfer services. For any inquiries to report a fault, please contact our customer service on +260 211 251 571, +260 975 618 618, and toll-free line 5957, Zamtel only. You can also simply email customer service at lwsc.com. This public announcement is brought to you by the Lusaka Water Supply and Sanitation Company. Water is life. Sanitation is health.
Welcome back to Camnet TV Main News. We continue with sports and international news. In international news, a 29-year-old motorbike taxi rider in Uganda has died after setting fire to himself inside a police station. Hussein Walungembe's bike was seized in the southern western district of Masaka, about 135 kilometers from the capital Kampala, on Monday. Some riders alleged that officers had demanded a $40 bribe from Walungembe to release his vehicle. A police spokesman says the entire traffic department is now under investigation for bribery. It is also reported that Walungembe had been living in police quarters and has been supplying food to the force. Riding motorbike taxis, or boda boda as they are known in Uganda, is a common source of income for unemployed young men in countries across Africa. But in Uganda, they have been banned from carrying passengers as part of efforts to control the spread of coronavirus. Boda boda riders are only able to operate between 06:30 and 17 hours local time and can only transport cargo. In sports news, England all-rounder Sam Curran has returned a negative test for coronavirus. The 22-year-old experienced a sickness bug on Wednesday night during England's intra-squad warm-up match in Southampton. He has been self-isolating in his hotel room and will play no further part in the match, which ends on Friday. The Surrey man will be monitored by the team doctor with a view of returning to training after the weekend. He will take a further coronavirus test on Monday along with the rest of the players and staff. England's 3-test series against West Indies, which begins on Wednesday in Southampton, is being held behind closed doors and in a biosecure environment. England has been living and training in Southampton as they prepare for this series. Before Curran fell ill, players and staff had been subject to a total of 702 tests, all of which gave them negative results. Well, that sports item brings us to the end of Camnet TV Men News. But before we go, here are the headlines once again. 5 arrested for alleged illegal alluvial gold trade. UPND holds members from attending government commissioning ceremonies. Lusaka parents call for the reopening of schools. In international news, Uganda border rider sets himself on fire over bribe. And in sports, Sam Curran, England all-rounders, test negative for coronavirus. The Camnet News verse of the day is coming from the book of Galatians 6 verse 9, and it reads, "And let us not be weary in the well-doing, for in due season we shall reap if faint not." This has been Camnet News on Camnet TV, not just another channel. I am Precious Mzeya Sakaleji. Thank you for joining me.